Prepare for shock and awe. Gold, silver, copper, and zinc. This 30-cent a share company could be looking at life-changing gains. Even Resource Capital Inc., a $1 billion private equity fund made up of expert mining analysts and investors, just quietly took an 18% stake in the company. Learn more at crushthestreet.com/hardassets.
I knew this was coming. There were warnings.
The Bitcoin price began consolidating after the massive rally of last week. For the last few days, the price has been steady around $330, still up 30% month over month. We say there's about a 50% chance of a dip back under 300 before this price level is gone forever. Consider placing your bets accordingly. In death of the dollar news, there's now direct conversion between the Chinese yuan and Swiss franc currencies between the countries. The franc is the 7th major currency that can bypass a conversion into the US dollar and be directly exchanged for yuan. As CNS News reports, Social Security spending hit a record $944 billion for fiscal year 2015, up $34 billion from just a year prior. Currently, there's 59.7 million beneficiaries getting Social Security or disability benefits, with BLS stats showing only 148.8 million people working full or part-time. That makes only 2.5 workers paying into the system for every beneficiary. As of the budget bill signed by Obama last week, changes are coming to spousal benefits for new filers after May 1st next year and for those who reach age 70. Social Security disability, which was about to run out of funds, has been extended by borrowing money from General Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, the very thing we showed Rand Paul warning about in our video last week. To top it off, all Part B Medicare beneficiaries will see their annual deductible increase by 15% in 2016. Silver for the week saw a further fall to $14.20 and gold to $10.80. In oil, Saudi Arabia's vice oil minister sees non-OPEC producing falling rapidly after 2016, while the IEA does not foresee a return to $80 oil until 2020. The oil glut has caused the price to fall again to near $40 levels, down about 8% from just last week. Zero Hedge reports that China has run out of oil storage space and thus caused a 2-mile-long stretch of Iraq oil tankers to transport to the United States. The Financial Times reports that the amount of oil at sea is at least double the levels of earlier this year and is equivalent to more than a day of global oil supply. Imports from Iraq to the U.S. are the highest in over 3 years. Iran apparently has nearly 40 million barrels of crude in supertankers near the Strait of Hormuz, ready to go when sanctions holding back their exports are lifted. JBC Energy, a consultancy, said in many regions onshore oil storage is approaching capacity, arguing oil prices may have to fall to allow more to be stored profitably at sea. Relying on oil for 95% of export revenue, $40 a barrel hurts Venezuela the most. Compounding this is the fact that the nation is at a political crossroads, with an all-important parliamentary election set to take place in December. To add insult to injury, 2 family members of President Nicolas Maduro were just indicted in U.S. court for supposed drug smuggling.
A source says the 2 men are accused of trying to smuggle 800 kilograms of drugs into the United States.
There are some reports which say these men will appear in New York court on Thursday. A former U.S. drug enforcement official says the two men insisted they had diplomatic immunity.
Low oil prices have got Venezuela selling assets to stay afloat, reportedly selling 19% of its gold holdings from January to May alone. With $12 billion in debt due in 2016, it is likely that the Latin American nation will run out of liquid reserves in the next 12 months. They've also increased taxes to try and compensate for the revenue problem. In a strange dichotomy, filling up a tank of gas in Venezuela costs practically nothing, while the rest of the economy is seeing hyperinflation, with goods to reach near 150% higher in price compared to a year ago.
0.097 bolivars per liter, which is less than 1 US cent. Diesel costs half the price of gasoline due to the fact that prices have been frozen since 1996.
The country's largest bill is worth only 14 cents in US dollars on the black market. Venezuela's monthly minimum wage of 7,422 bolivars equates to about $37 at the weakest legal exchange rate and is only $10 at the black market rate. For stock indices, it seems all of North America took a hit. Headlines blaming the commodities doldrums. The Dow Jones saw a losing week. On Thursday, it lost 254 points. Canada's TSX Composite lost 214 points, or about 1.6%, the same day it reached its lowest closing level in 6 weeks. At the same time, Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index reported its best gain in about a month, up 2.4%, and the Japanese Nikkei was roughly flat. Friday, the Dow Jones again tanked another 200 points to reach a 3-week low, and the Hang Seng lost 2%, or most of its gains from the prior session. The S&P 500 is now negative for the year. This weekend, we have a string of interviews from John Rubino, Gerald Celente, and more. Be sure to check them out on our site and subscribe for free at crushthestreet.com.